So I'm going to quickly answer an email question, which was a question about dog being left at home in the backyard, and these guys got a notice that their dog was barking too much while they were gone. So now they're having to keep him inside when they go out, which isn't a bad thing, but he likes it better out in the backyard. The barking, can't have that. So the only thing you're going to do about that when your dog's doing something, barking when you're not home, you're not able to correct it in the moment, is a bark collar. So bark collar on the dog barks, gets a correction. Get a good bark collar, a high quality bark collar, not a cheap piece of crap from Tractor Supply or the pet store, feed store. Don't buy a piece of crap. A good bark collar is gonna start around $100. Same with remote collars. Don't buy a piece of crap. Buy high quality ones that will work and you can train your dog with. So remote collars, a decent at all remote collar is going to start $200. There's just really a couple brands that are any good. E-Collar Technologies, Dogtra, very similar with the bark collars. Don't buy a crappy bark collar. They won't work. And you got to use a bark collar. So the other thing that they asked about was citronella collars. So if anybody knows what a citronella collar is or heard of it or has one, if you have one, throw it in the garbage. Stop using it on your dog. The thing with citronella collars is that, which is what I told these guys, they are marketed to sound and appeal to people that want to sound like it's so humane, and it doesn't hurt. It's just an unpleasant smell. It's so much better than like a shock collar, bark collar. And the complete opposite is true. Those things are horrid if you understand anything about dogs. So the thing with the citronella collar is I think the dog barks, a little spritz of citronella oil goes up in the dog's nose. Dog doesn't like it. Supposedly will stop barking. Most of the time it doesn't work, but here's the thing is for a punisher to be effective, it needs to be in the moment and like 1 second, 1 to 2 seconds max. Really long time. Quick, one and done. Life goes on. Everything's good. None of this timeout crap or like having to, punishments that last over time. They're not effective. Your dog is just confused and scared. So the thing with the citronella collar is, if we had a spray of citronella up in our nose or near our nose, how long are we going to smell that citronella for? Probably a long. It smell's going to stay with us. So think how much more sensitive dogs' noses are to smells. So they don't like the smell of citronella. That's why they're using it in the collar. They get a spritz, goes into their nose. That citronella oil is in their nostrils for hours and hours. So the punishment just goes on and on. It doesn't go away when they stop. They stop barking and they're still getting punished. So that just seems really unfair. But they've been greatly marketed to make people feel warm and fuzzy about trying to correct their dog. But they're actually the opposite. And the thing is, they don't really work. I've never seen them work. They're just unpleasant for a dog, and they don't know why. They don't connect it with the barking. So, anyway, good quality bark collar. It's gonna start around $100. E-collar Technologies, Garmin dog. I don't know if Dogdra makes one. Anyway, don't buy it cheap. Don't cheap out on these things. Get quality, and that's what I got. All right. Have a great rest of your week.